Thank you for tuning back into our channel. We're the Storyteller System, formerly Universi and Opalescent Jellyfish. It's been a good 6 months or so since we last posted a video, and we've still been active on other sites, but as far as our YouTube channel is concerned, I wanted to explain why, and also let you guys know why we've decided we're ready to come back and start doing that again. The reason for the change in our system name is that although there was nothing wrong with Universi and there's nothing wrong with, we still like the jellyfish analogy for systems that we've discussed in previous videos, we decided to go with Storyteller System from here until the foreseeable future. Just because our whole life we've had such a pull to telling stories, whether it be, writing our own, reading books. As we got a little older, we're able to branch out into some more media. We liked movies, we liked TV shows. Stories, they can tell metaphors for things that you're experiencing. And just in the past year or so, it's become such a relevant concept to our system that we can take the story back into our own hands. We can write our own story. We can, there's bits of it that can't be erased. There's the trauma, there's pain, there's mistakes. But then there's also, the power to keep going. There's the power to take the past plot and change it. And that is in our hands. And that's why we took that name for our system. It was very empowering for us. And as much as we like Universi, Opalescent Jellyfish and everything, we wanted a name that reflects the concept that has given us so much power throughout our recovery. As for not posting a lot of videos lately, it hasn't just been one reason, and there's 3 main ones that I'm really just going to talk about here. One of the biggest reasons, but also one of the best reasons, is that we got a new job. We no longer work at a grocery store. Now we are working in the management team at a pet store. That's actually been really motivating for us lately, the fact that we took that control back into our hands. When we worked our last job at the grocery store, we stayed there for almost 2 years, and, in some ways we felt stuck. We were trying to find, purpose. When we got this new job at the pet store, even if it's just pets, we've noticed that even just this much more of doing something that feels like it matters, little things that are so much better than dealing with interactions that in the scope of things were stressful but wouldn't matter at the end of the day. In past months, one of our goals has been trying to find more meaning in our life. We've also been attending a trans support group. We've been becoming much more involved with our local LGBT community, especially the trans community. And that's just been very fulfilling and meant a lot to us as far as our support system goes as well. So we've been focusing a lot of our time on building an amazing support network. We have some amazing new friends, both online and in person. We have our family that we've been trying to really nurture relationships with, most notably our partner and some, of their family that have been amazing supports. And we've even been working on resolving some of our relationships with some of our family. That's a very personal basis. I'm not going to go a lot into that because for some people that may not be a step that benefits them, and in some situations with my family it wouldn't be. But in the specific relationships that I have seen a lot of change in, that's also been something that putting that time and that effort into nurturing has been very worthwhile. All of it has been a lot and a very big step from even just 4 years ago or so, when we were a lot younger, a teen or a very, very young adult. We didn't really expect we would have all of this. We didn't expect to have a real life that we wanted to be building on. So at the same time, that's been a lot. We've been working on baby steps getting there, but sometimes we've just needed to rest, and all those things combined. Sometimes it's just that we're too busy or just need to rest and don't necessarily have the time or energy to make YouTube videos every week or however often we were hoping to initially. Despite the ups and downs, this safe home and this life that I've been building for myself, I would not trade it for the world. So the second reason we've still been struggling sometimes to post these videos is dissociation. As with recovery from any mental illness, sometimes it waxes and wanes, and as much as we're overall feeling like we're on an upward slope, there's bad days and there's definitely bad weeks, and we just take it one day at a time. As for specifically filming and posting videos, we have tried. It's just sometimes our anxiety tells us it wasn't worth it, it wasn't good enough, there were too many mistakes or flaws or anything. I mean, there were times where we'd be recording a video and we'd feel like we were really onto something, but then somewhere in the back of our brain, an alter usually, who would feel nervous for some reason, they would start making us get a little distracted, or they would front and we'd forget what we were saying. They wouldn't know what the alter before them was talking about. Even just sometimes all of the chatter, when there's more than one of those conflicted alters, we would just try to start filming, and it still happens a little bit now, you can probably tell from time to time, but there's just this chatter in the back and it's hard to kind of cool it down enough to make a coherent, streamlined, conversational video. And so, I mean, there were plenty of times that we would even film a video, sometimes we'd go so far as to edit it, sometimes we'd have a caption worked out, or we'd want to post it, and then someone would say, oh god, no, we can't post it, and it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. So that probably happened at least once every month or two, just trying to film a video and nobody would even be okay enough with posting it to have it be worth it. On that same note, sometimes it was just anxiety talking, but sometimes our speech and our switches would become so disorganized, I completely would understand that we might not have been able to be very easy to follow. We might not have been able to make a very good point because our brain was so all over the place. So we've actually been posting a lot of our thoughts on Instagram or just other websites. We've even been trying to build some video confidence, just posting little clips to Instagram or even making a TikTok. Follow us on TikTok. And the main reason, and also just one of the biggest reasons that we had the hardest time articulating in that period of our lives, was that we really wanted to be organized enough that we felt like we were articulating exactly what we wanted to say. It's just that we really wanted to be organized enough that even with a little bit of chaos that's just natural and normal in our lives, in our brain, we still wanted to be organized enough to properly get across the point and properly articulate what we were trying to say. I don't think it's impossible or bad to have a vlog for your mental health without being fully recovered or without being a professional, and in fact I think sometimes those stories are very important. I think that people really should, listen to those. But right from the beginning when we started our channel, we wanted to spread both education and our personal experience of DID. And so just sometimes meeting that goal for us meant a combination of better self-education and self-awareness of our own system. Because, say there's an alter who only has one view of the world, as it is always painful and there is no hope. If our channel's goal is to spread a message of hope and recovery from trauma, the alter in question may have needed more self-awareness, for example, before they make a video on our channel about hope. We still have a long ways to go with our own path to recovery, and our story has a lot of resolution left to be written. But after so much time to process, our system, we've decided we do want to share again. We look forward to figuring out kind of a tentative video schedule. Our other blogs and our other accounts are going to be listed, so keep an eye on those to keep you guys posted. Thank you so much for sticking with us, and thank you so much for hearing this story of ours. And I just wanted to say, as we always do, stay together.